The problem here in the West is not gospel hardness, but gospel ignorance. Most people in the West are ignorant of what the gospel truly is. Most people sitting in the pew are ignorant with regard to what the gospel truly is. And the reason for that is most of the men standing behind the pulpit are ignorant of what the gospel truly is. Tonight we're going to take a look at the gospel of Jesus Christ. And you may be wondering now, why did I choose to begin in the book of Exodus? Well, there's a very important reason, because there is something found here, and then in another text to which I'm going to take you before I go to our main text, that explains the reason for the gospel. Why do we need the gospel of Jesus Christ? Well, let's look at our text. To give you a little bit of background on this, you understand that Moses has been used of God as a servant to bring his people out of Egypt. You also realize that Moses is asking God for something. He wants to see God's glory. He wants to draw closer to the flame. He wants to know this great God. And so in verse 5, God answers his prayer. The Lord descended in the cloud and stood there with him as he called upon the name of the Lord. Now, I want you to understand that what the Bible says is true. No man has seen God. And anytime you see a prophet or the lawgiver like Moses seeming to indicate that he has seen something of God, you need to understand it is but a glimpse. It is not even the fringe of his glory. The power, the holiness, the very beauty of God is so great that if you could catch only a small, the tiniest glimpse of his glory and of his beauty and of his power and of his holiness, it would drive you mad in an instant. That is why in order to dwell in heaven, the believer is going to have to be supernaturally changed, transformed, lest the very beauty of God kill him. We are not talking about someone like us, just bigger. We are talking about someone wholly other than us, in a completely distinct category. That is the reason why when Moses said, "Who are you?" God said, "I am that I am," or "I am who I am." You see, if someone were to come to me from another country, or let's even go a little bit, let's be a little bit more dramatic. Let's say that there were some space creatures out there, and one of them were to land in a field by my house and come to me, being the first human they had seen, and they would say to me, "Who are you?" I could say easily, "I am like her, and I am like him, and I am like these." As a matter of fact, if you want to know all about me, there's over 6 billion of us on this planet. But when someone asks God, "Who are you?" there's no one to which he can compare himself. He says, "I am who I am." There's no metaphor. There's no comparison. There's nothing that can be used to describe God except God. That is why R.C. Sproul asked the question, which creature is more like God? The archangel in heaven or the worm crawling on the ground? Which one is more like God? The answer is neither.